Imagine this. You've been on a few amazing dates. The conversation is flowing effortlessly, and you feel a genuine connection forming. You laugh at each other's jokes, finding humor in the simplest things. You even share a love for terrible reality TV shows, bonding over the absurdity of it all. Things are looking promising, and you start to envision a future together. You're excited about the possibility of a real connection. You eagerly await their messages, and each notification brings a smile to your face. Then poof, they disappear. No text back, no calls returned. It's like they vanished into thin air, leaving you in a state of confusion and disbelief. Welcome to the world of ghosting. It's a phenomenon that has become all too familiar in the modern dating landscape. Ghosting is the ultimate modern dating disappearing act. One moment, everything seems perfect, and the next, you're left in the dark. It's the sudden and unexplained cessation of all communication with someone you're dating. No warnings, no explanations, just silence. You're left wondering what went wrong, replaying every interaction in your mind, and questioning your own worth. Did you say something wrong? Did you misinterpret their feelings? It's a painful and confusing experience, one that can leave lasting emotional scars. The uncertainty and lack of closure make it even harder to move on, and unfortunately, it's becoming increasingly common. In a world where digital communication is the norm, ghosting has become an easy way out for those who want to avoid difficult conversations. But for the person left behind, it feels like a cruel and heartless act. So, the next time you find yourself in the dating game, remember that ghosting is not just a disappearing act. It's a reminder of the importance of communication and respect in any relationship. Because at the end of the day, everyone deserves to be treated with kindness and honesty, both on and off the field. In the age of dating apps and instant connections, it's easier than ever to meet new people. But this ease of connection has also made it easier to disconnect. Ghosting has become a go-to move for people who want to avoid difficult conversations or the perceived awkwardness of breaking things off. It's a cowardly way out, but it's happening everywhere. So why do people ghost? Some may fear confrontation. Others might lack the emotional maturity to navigate difficult relationship conversations. And then there are those who simply don't care about the impact their actions have on others. Being ghosted can do a number on your mental health. It's a rejection that often comes with zero closure. This lack of explanation can send your mind into overdrive, trying to make sense of what happened. You might find yourself stuck in a cycle of overthinking, replaying every conversation and interaction, searching for clues that were never there. The self-doubt can be crippling. You start to question your worthiness of love and affection. Did you say something wrong? Were you not interesting enough? It's easy to fall into the trap of self-blame, even though it's rarely, if ever, justified. Recovering from being ghosted is a process. It takes time to heal the wounds to your self-esteem and rebuild your trust in others. The first step is acknowledging that what happened was not your fault. You deserve to be treated with respect, and that includes a conversation if someone wants to end things. It's okay to feel hurt, confused, and even angry. Allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend or therapist, and practicing self-care can help you navigate this difficult time. You are not a text message waiting to be opened. One of the most important things to remember is that you are not a text message waiting to be opened. You are not just a notification on someone's phone, waiting for their attention. You are a living, breathing human being with your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Your worth is not determined by someone else's response or lack thereof. Just like in cricket, where a player's value isn't solely based on a single match or a single performance, your value isn't based on someone else's acknowledgement or validation. You are a complex, amazing individual with so much to offer. Think of all the skills, talents, and qualities you bring to the table. Just as a cricketer brings their unique abilities to the game, you bring your unique self to the world. Don't let someone else's inability to communicate diminish your shine. In cricket, a missed catch or a bad day doesn't define a player's entire career. Similarly, someone not responding to you doesn't define your worth or your potential. It's easy to internalize rejection and personalize it. We often think that if someone doesn't reply, it means there's something wrong with us. But that's not true. Just like in cricket, where a player might face setbacks, it's important to remember that these moments don't define us. But the truth is, ghosting says more about the ghoster than it does about you. It reflects their inability to handle difficult conversations, their lack of empathy, and their emotional immaturity. In the same way, a cricketer's poor sportsmanship reflects on them, not on their opponent. So remember, you are not a text message waiting to be opened. You are a valuable, unique individual with so much to offer. Just like a cricketer who continues to play and improve, you too can continue to grow and shine, regardless of how others respond to you. The what-if loop and how to escape. It's natural to wonder what you could have done differently to prevent being ghosted. You might replay conversations in your head, analyzing every word and action, trying to pinpoint where things went wrong. But dwelling on the what-ifs will only keep you stuck in the past. It's like being trapped in a never-ending cricket match where the outcome never changes, no matter how many times you replay it. You can't control someone else's actions. Just as you can't control the weather on game day, you can't make someone stay if they choose to leave. The only thing you can control is your own reaction to the situation. How you choose to respond can make all the difference in your emotional well-being. Instead of getting lost in hypotheticals, shift your focus to the present moment. Think of it as focusing on the next ball rather than the last one. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's playing a sport, picking up a hobby, or simply spending time outdoors. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Immerse yourself in the things that make you happy and fulfilled. Spend time with loved ones, those who uplift you and remind you of your worth. And prioritize your own well-being. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who chooses you, who values you for who you are, not someone who disappears without a trace. Life is too short to be spent wondering about the what-ifs. Embrace the present, cherish the moments, and look forward to the future with hope and optimism. Trust your gut, even when it hurts. Sometimes there are red flags early on in a relationship that we choose to ignore. We might brush off gut feelings, hoping that things will get better. But more often than not, our intuition is right. If something feels off, it probably is. Pay attention to those early warning signs. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification if something doesn't feel right. It's better to address issues head-on than to ignore them and hope they magically disappear. The courage to be vulnerable. Again, being ghosted can make it tempting to put up walls and swear off dating altogether. But it's important to remember that not everyone is a ghost. There are people out there who are capable of healthy communication and who will treat you with the respect you deserve. It takes courage to be vulnerable and put yourself out there, especially after experiencing the pain of ghosting. But don't let one bad experience stop you from pursuing meaningful connections. It's not you, it's definitely them. Seriously, this bears repeating. Ghosting is a reflection of the ghoster's issues, not your worthiness. It's a cowardly and disrespectful way to end a relationship. Anyone who resorts to ghosting is not someone you want in your life anyway. See this experience as an opportunity to learn about your own boundaries and what you will and will not tolerate in a relationship. You deserve to be with someone who communicates openly and honestly, who values your feelings, and who has the decency to end things properly. From ghosted to Ghostbuster. So how do you move on from being ghosted? First, give yourself permission to grieve the loss of the potential relationship. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or disappointed. Acknowledge your emotions and allow yourself time to heal. Then, shift your focus to the future. What have you learned from this experience? What are your non-negotiables in a relationship? Use this as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. The takeaway: your worth is not up for debate. Being ghosted can be a painful experience, but it doesn't have to define you. Remember that your worth is inherent. It's not determined by someone else's actions or inactions. You are worthy of love, respect, and healthy communication. Don't settle for anything less. The world of dating can be tough, but by prioritizing your own well-being, setting healthy boundaries, and remembering your worth, you can navigate it with confidence and resilience. And who knows, you might even find yourself laughing about that ghosting experience someday. If liked this video, and you're interested in being updated about trends in psychology, please click and subscribe.